I'm based in Guatemala, but my role is International Team Leader of Latin Link. So that involves supporting our different country teams and members throughout Latin America and in Europe. But locally in Guatemala, I'm also involved in mission mobilisation. So I'm involved in a course called Perspectives that helps any Christian understand what God's mission is in the world and get involved in some way. Well, I guess there's a part of it which is about being in Guatemala and following the calling that I felt from God since I was a teenager, actually. But also, I think probably serving God wholeheartedly. It's about all of life stuff. So trying to be around for my neighbours, or being involved in the local church, and all of that, and how I interact with local colleagues in the Perspective course. So all of that, being able to kind of offer friendship really in all of those different areas. It's been really nice to be involved in the Perspectives course and the team in Guatemala, and I've really enjoyed being part of the team. We've only been going 4 or 5 years with the course in Guatemala. And so we've been growing the team, encouraging other people to take on roles. And so many of the local Guatemalans who are learning to teach and who are sharing their own experiences and stepping out in mission in different ways. So that's been a real encouragement. So mission mobilisation for me is almost anything we can do to help Christians understand God's mission in the world and get involved in it. So I think that encapsulates it. So it could be helping people to kind of know what's going on in the world and the needs for mission around the world. So that's kind of information. It could be helping people pray into that. It could be helping people give or to go themselves and realise a calling that God might have on their lives. So it's any of those things. And I think for me in Latin America, a lot of that, or certainly in Guatemala, a lot of that is focused on information and inspiring people to get involved. And so that's why I'm involved in courses that help Christians and particularly pastors to understand the role of the local church in sending missionaries. I think for the UK church, it could also mean receiving somebody from Latin America to help us here in reaching our own communities. And I think we need to recognise the needs around us in the UK and recognise that Latin Americans might have the gifts and the strengths that we lack. They're often very outgoing and are very good at evangelism, and so us working together in that way would be a really good way for us in the UK to be fulfilling our mission, but involving others at the same time. Yeah, I think one of the things is friendships in Guatemala. Guatemala's culture is very much focused on family, so they don't necessarily invest so much in friendships. And because of my role as well, I'm often travelling and not around consistently. So that's a bit of a challenge of kind of maintaining friendships in all of that context. Well, I often change my favourite Bible verse, but one that's been particularly important is Habakkuk 1 verse 5, which says, "Look at the nations and watch, and be utterly amazed, for I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told." And I think, for me, the context of Habakkuk might be very different, but I think that there is still a sense that God is going to surprise us and bring and be building his kingdom in ways that are not what we expect. And one of the ways I see that in Latin America is through the Latin American church being mobilised for mission and sending out missionaries all over the world. That really encourages me that many of the churches in Latin America have captured God's heart for the nations and want to take their place in what he's doing in the world. So that's why I'm involved in mission mobilisation in Guatemala and encouraging it in our other teams as well, because I know that the Latin American church has so much potential to be sending missionaries and building God's kingdom all around the world.